bugs, and welcome back or welcome to your new favorite show, a one-stop shop for all things ex-relationship related. The laughing, the crying, the realizations, the late night phone calls, the feeling like you become your worst version of yourself, the healing out of that, and then the celebrating for who you've become. This is Dear Ex, One Last Thing. Today's episode was hitting a bit hard for me. It's one of those stories about how the scariest choice is usually the right one. The sender teaches us that betting on yourself is always the right decision, and it's always the biggest payoff. She encourages all young women to know this and live it and trust their intuition if it's telling them they deserve better. Our sender met her ex when she was around 19 or 20 and is now 23. She left her boyfriend almost exactly a year ago to the date. She left her ex after years of no fighting, no yelling, no name calling, no abuse, no infidelity. In fact, she states that up until that point, and technically even up into now, that was the best relationship she had ever experienced, the most loving partnership she'd ever been in. She met her ex at a mutual friend's birthday party. It felt like one of those connections that you see in movies. You lock eyes with a stranger and then you talk the whole rest of the night as the hours fly by. Everything flows naturally and you feel like you've known each other forever. Everything you're saying is perfectly funny, and every time you leave each other, you find each other again. The two of them fell into a talking phase quickly after that night. Even though they both swore that they needed to be alone, stay single, they weren't in a place to date or take on a relationship, they still spent 80% of their time together on the phone. Against maybe both of their better judgments, they began to be official. Our sender's ex had car troubles early on, and she offered to let him use her car, which turned into him unofficially moving into her place, which turned into her doing the laundry, the grocery shopping, the cooking, and providing financially for them both. He did get his car issue resolved 9 months later. And by this time, they had been in this dynamic longer than they knew each other out of it. And so nothing really changed. Our sender states that there was times she'd let herself think, is this all there is? Is this what love is supposed to feel like? Is this what my 20s are supposed to feel like? But she'd push the thoughts down again until the next time they popped up. Looking back, she recognizes that she did need his emotional stability and love and softness to heal from wounds and the trauma of her past. It allowed her to realize what she truly deserved and what she brought to the table. But that unfortunately made her realize it was more than what this relationship could give her. She knew that she needed time to be alone and for the first time in her life just to worry about herself without playing mommy to somebody else. She says the breakup was one of the hardest things she's had to do. She says you look at this person who you love so deeply and all you want to do is make them happy. You look at this person who you've struggled with, who you've sacrificed for, who you've given everything to make sure they feel loved and fulfilled, and it's like you're undoing it all. She says it was this pain that she created in both of them, and the only way she knew how to fix it was the one thing she couldn't do, which was getting back together. And so she let herself feel that pain alone without running back to him. Day after day, it was like she was some broken, exposed wound, and she knew eventually it would pass, but she just couldn't see how. But then one day it does, and life starts getting easier, and you can't believe it. 1 year later, she's here, and sometimes the pain of missing him hits her like a sucker punch to the stomach, but many days, the thought of him won't even pass her mind at all, which is crazy considering she used to consider him before even considering herself. She still loves and respects her ex and the role that he played in her life. She so deeply wishes nothing but the best for him, but knows that staying in the relationship even longer, even a day longer, would have only held her back, prolonged her potential, and therefore prolonged the pain. The end for them was inevitable. She writes this to him. Dear ex, I would have never ever thought I would have wrote this letter. It's crazy to go from knowing every single little thing about a person, all their tells, their jokes, their stories, their day-to-day, the way they like their food, their sheets, their showers, to know their fears, their goals, their voices and their bits, their favorites and dislikes, to go from spending every waking moment together, day after day after day, showering, eating, shitting, driving, partying, sleeping, working together every day, all day, just you two, to then not knowing them. We talked on the phone recently, and for the first time we were out of sync. There were awkward silences, and moments of talking over each other. It's weird to be someone you don't know anymore, too. To have these memories, to have new friends, to have new dreams now that you don't know anything about. I can't imagine not knowing you, for you to be a complete stranger, but then again, there was a time where I couldn't imagine this. I'm so sorry for how I've hurt you. I've never heard a man cry like that in my life, and the sound of it used to haunt me. But I know that it was best for both of us, and I know that if you ever truly loved me or believed that I deserved the best, then one day you'll know this to be true too. I hope all of your dreams come true. I hope you believe in yourself enough to accept a good life when it comes to you. I hope you do fall in love again. I hope the void you talk about is filled and spills over tenfold with joy and love and community. I hope you see yourself one day the way I've always seen you. I hope one day you'll see why all this had to happen, and I would say I hope one day you see my worth too, but honestly it doesn't matter because I see it now. I have so much I want to say to you, and yet no words to say them. So I'm going to end this by letting you know, if it's true that we're allowed to have 3 great loves in our life, then I know with absolute certainty that you were one of them. First off, as always, I want to thank the sender for sharing that part of her life with us. I know that there was so much left out of that story, and it's impossible to truly capture the essence and the memories and the, contradictory beliefs and feelings that can happen in a relationship, especially one that takes place over the course of years. And I know that it is especially complicated to send something in when you do still have so much love left for the person that you are writing to, because you want to paint them in an accurate light, but the love that you have for them is also so accurate. But also the pain that you experienced from them is also accurate. So from my own experience, I know that it is incredibly difficult to write in something that feels honest and fair and like it does you, your life, your past, and your ex-partner justice. So thank you for taking that chance and giving us a bit of your time. I also know from experience that choosing yourself is one of the most difficult choices to make, and yet has the most fulfilling payoff. It's a payoff that makes you question, how have you not done this sooner? How have you not believed in yourself sooner, taken chances on yourself, bet on yourself, followed your goals, your dreams, and this course of life that was always meant for you, but you were kind of avoiding or pushing away. And there is no other high like it. There's no other feeling like it. The sooner that you become yourself unapologetically, the sooner you meet people that are truly meant for you, have experiences that are truly meant for you. And when you are open to being surprised by miracles, open to living through things that you never thought possible, and you take like every situation with the lens of like gratitude and knowing that your only true goal and purpose in life is to experience and leave the world greater than how it was when you got to it. You literally cannot lose. Like even the worst times, even the times you think you can't get through, even like the biggest downfall, curses, jinxes, all those things, they will pass. They will pass, and you will be rewarded in such a greater way. And I feel like I'm just like rambling right now, and I don't really know if it's making sense, but I think you'll get it. I think the girlies will get it. If you get it, if you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know. I just feel like sometimes there are breakups that shatter you and shake your world and shake you up so wholly. It is like a complete reboot, reset for your life and for your plans and for your path. And if you haven't had that yet, then yeah, I'm sure I sound psychotic. But if you've had it, or if you're going through it, or like if you think you're about to be going through it, then please just know my words to be true. It's scary, but God, is it worth it? It is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. Just trust your intuition. Stay the course. Know that nothing truly will go away when you don't face it. You will just live in the loop of it. And there's no better time than now to break generational curses, to break these patterns that are holding you back. There's no better time than right now to believe in yourself. I do want to say that there is no difference between you and the next person who is succeeding. The person that has all of these things that you're looking up to, they felt fear. They felt not good enough. They felt like they couldn't do it. They felt alone. They felt like they had no one to turn to. They felt like they had no one that was going to understand. They left friends behind. They had, you know, they had moments where nothing was panning out for them. Okay, these things are not signs that you should stop. These aren't signs that you aren't deserving. They're just a part of the process. And if you look at someone in your life or online and you feel envious of them, don't push that feeling away. Use that feeling as a path. Use that feeling to know, okay, what are these things that I'm desiring? What are these things that I feel like I deserve or want from this person's life? And then make a plan to how to get them. Make baby steps, little single tiny little things that you could change day by day to become the type of person that has these things, that could acquire these things, that could live that life easily. It is doable. It is doable. Human beings are capable of so much. You are capable of so much. You just have to believe that you are. And if you don't believe that you are, best thing I could say is like rejection therapy, doing things daily that you feel like aren't going to work out. They aren't going to work out for a person like you. Like, these aren't just things that you're like, oh, these people will definitely say no to me if I ask for this because I'm asking for too much. And watch how many times people will say yes, because the world rewards being audacious. Okay? But for all my girls out there that are going to be single this summer, celebrate it. Know that there is so much time to be with someone, to be someone's something, and so little time that we're actually alone. So little time where our only responsibility is us, and we're allowed to only have, because I feel like as time goes on, you aren't allowed the same grace for your mistakes as you are when you're in your 20s, and you aren't allowed the same selfishness. And when you're in your 20s and your only real responsibility is you and your schedule and your wants, that is completely okay. But the older you get, especially if you have a family, the more that your attention and wants and whatnot has to compromise a little bit more. And that's okay. And I think that's just the path, but don't rush it. Don't rush it. The main lesson is to bask in it. Bask in the now. Know that you're in the good times. Realize you're in the good times. Don't wait for all these times to pass to appreciate who you are and what you're going through, okay? So I hope this story has inspired you to send in a letter of your own. If this is your first time tuning in, then you'll be able to find the link for the anonymous Google Doc in the description below, in the YouTube bio, or on our Instagram at the Instagram bio. The Instagram is Dear X One Last Thing. Be sure to follow to see a bit more of my personality or any little updates on the podcast. And know that I love you guys so much. I can't wait to talk to you next week. Love, your host, Mia Rose.